All right. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Good morning, everyone. Let's do it. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get the week started off right. Let's go. Let's go. Okay. So clearly, on the daily chart, we're at a level of support. 443 is heavy support. So now it just becomes a fun little situation to see how strong they can bounce it off of this level, and whether we can buy the dips off of these levels and then continue it up to the upside. So yeah, it would be a bit risky to try to go short early on in the morning, especially as we're so close to 443. But let's see what the market gives us. Thank you. Yep, I hope you guys had a good weekend. Hope you guys have a good day. Hope you guys have a good week. Nice. Good morning, everyone. Okay. Righty. This damn, could usually be a good short straight down, breaking below 443.20. Let's see. Contracts are moving nicely. So this is a dip, right? But this is a really ugly long setup. Nvidia is getting overextended to the downside. Apple is showing some strength above 176.57, which is nice. So we've got Apple, Amazon, Meta showing some green. Google's holding up. Microsoft is not falling. It's not doing too good though, but then we have Nvidia overextended to the downside. There's still more room to fall to the downside on Nvidia. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Short below 443.20. There's that. Not going long here. They tried to make people go long. It was not a safe long opportunity. Okay. All right. IWM is the biggest loser at the moment. Mm-hmm. Oh, they tried to get people to go long again. All right. Mm. Yeah, so this week, Wednesday, we have FOMC meeting and minutes and the Fed rate change as well. So Wednesday, heading into Tuesday, Wednesday, things can get very, very choppy. So let's see how today goes. Definitely, we're gonna have to play light heading into Tuesday and Wednesday. That short would have been fantastic. Just from a technical standpoint, I was saying that this would be a good short, but then it blew it out of the water. This would have been a great short. I think this would have been almost 100% trade. Okay. Mm. I wanted a bit lower so that we could grab some 443 calls. 442.50 is major support. Okay, SPY 442.85 is major resistance on the SPY. So we need to see how it responds here. It needs to continue showing some strength. It needs to hold above 442.70 for it to continue rising like this. I'm in light SPY calls. 443 calls. This kind of shot up already. Oh. Hmm. 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 I'm gonna have a 10% stop loss as this is getting chopped around here. I want 0.82 as a stop loss. Or sorry, 0.72. Okay. That didn't work. Interesting. This is should be popping up. We're at 442.50. This should be good. Honestly, I mean, not gonna average down, but this would just be really, really weak if it breaks lower. I'm not gonna average down. This would be the place where they would get a bit of a bounce back up above 443. It is the most logical time and place to do it. After a big move to the downside, this would be the area where buyers would want to step in for at least a bounce back up above 443. Lots of sellers though. They are not allowing it to just pop. Usually this is a very bullish setup. The fact that it's not really working is not the best sign. So this leads me to believe there could be another drop down and then a bounce below, like around 442. Let's see. But for now, this is definitely bearish unless they can rip it up. Because right now, this is a bullish setup. 100% this is a bullish setup. But they need to follow through with it. And the reason why this bullish setup isn't really working is, you know, the VIX is doing well. The overall daily larger time frames on the market are also bearish. So, let's see. Come on, let's be quick. Let's be quick. What's the trade? That works quickly. Come on. Now's the perfect opportunity for them to rip it up. They tried to make it look bearish. Setting up for... Usually this should rip to the upside. Let's see. Let's see if there's follow through above 443. That's the main thing here. We have a lot of resistance right here, right at the top of this candle here, at the VWAP, at the 50 SMA, at the 10 SMA, the 20 EMA. Lots of resistance right here. And then the NASDAQ also has resistance at 370.86. That's exactly where we are on the NASDAQ at the moment. The IWM is starting to show some strength. It was the biggest loser. So let's see if the strength out of the IWM can permeate into the SPY as well. Let's see. I mean, risky to go long here because we're at a level of resistance. Let's see if there's enough buyers to rip it up here off of this bullish little bounce. Shorting here would be risky. Shorting here would be risky. All right, I'm gonna sell some. Okay. Nice, good to go. Cool. Well, missed the short. This bounce is working pretty nicely. These are up 20%. Took some profit. And yeah, good trade. Broke above 443, broke above 443.10. Now we're above 443.23. This is still kind of risky to go short. So, but yeah, this is a good trade. Nonetheless, feel free to take profits. And regardless, make sure to keep make sure to leave the runner contracts in profit as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, good trade so far. Oh, you guys couldn't see anything. Oops. Didn't realize that you guys couldn't see the TikTok screen. Sorry about that. I was just paying attention to the trade. Well, that worked out. Cool. But yeah, so the reason why I was very adamant. So yeah, like if you guys were watching the tape, I said 72 was going to be a stop loss. I didn't sell at 72. I held on. The reason for that was, so if this short worked out really well, I was saying like right up here before any of these candles even appeared. This setup right here, I was saying was a really, really good short. And then the fact that this candle happened, and the fact that this setup to the downside happened, I knew like, all right, I'm just going to be a little loose. I didn't want to average in, but I'm going to be a little loose with my stop loss. I know it's going to bounce. Especially after a big move to the downside, what do? We don't go short. We play to the long side. After a really, really disastrous move to the downside. So we had these 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see the screen. My bad. Okay, so we had this 1, 2, 3, 4 candles, right? Lots of weakness already. The fact that we had this big, humongous, destructive force to the downside, I knew for a fact it was just gonna set up for a bounce. This humongous force to the downside was just an opportunity to get people to become very, very bearish. And that's basically when I wanted to start leaning long. And yeah, you cannot trade alongside. If you see a big red candle like this, you cannot be bearish. It's too late. You have to start leaning long, and then you have to only go short at levels of resistance. So where did this market ended up falling? 443.23, which was also a very major level of resistance on the SPY. On the NASDAQ, it fell at 370.86, also another major level. So they bounced it to a level of resistance and then reshorted it. That's what you have to do. You cannot go short. You cannot be going short into levels of support. So yeah, glad that worked out. Randy, you fell asleep. Go back up. When did you buy them? You should be somewhat flat right now. Hopefully, it just bounced. You failed to sell them. Try to sell them now, like if you can. Like, is there an issue with the sell order that you're having? Wait, why did you buy more if you were having problems selling the first batch of 443s? What do you mean? Too much brother, Randy, this is not what you should be doing. Instead of averaging down lower, you should not have averaged down. You should just cut your entire position and make sure that your execution on trades is working properly. You should not be adding, my brother. Randy, you can't be adding to. Yeah, you have to, like. But yeah, definitely 442.85 is a level of support. 443.23 level of resistance. We're right below VWAP, the 50 SMA. Everything is right below resistance right now. It's really risky to try to go long here. This looks very similar to the daily chart of the SPY that we're looking like. This looks very similar to the daily chart of the SPY. So especially on a setup like this is not really a bullish setup. And it's risky to go long. If it breaks above here and it's even higher, then that's an even worse bearish setup. The only best times to go long would be closer to levels of support. Not really here. Basically, going long at resistance is hoping that buyers will step in. If you go long at support, so even if this does pump, it's not a safe trade to take, because when you try to go long at resistance, you're hoping that institutional buyers will push the market up. That's not a sustainable way to trade. The better way is you wait for support, or you wait for weakness and you go long at support, instead of trying to go long and push through levels of resistance like a Spartan warrior. Can't do that. That's not sustainable. This is this becomes, if it breaks higher than this, it's be interesting short. Even now, it's pretty interesting to short right here, basically at 443.23, retesting this high here as well. Let's see. I'm gonna let the market even out here now. Yeah, guys, in terms of your position sizes, you should not go more than 10% of your portfolio. You should not go more than 10-15% of your portfolio max per trade. If you want to grow it in an intelligent manner, you cannot overextend yourself in such a way, because then any small little move to the downside is going to make your stomach churn. And then when your stomach starts churning, then you can't think logically. So you have to do everything in your power to allow yourself to make more logical decisions, taking emotions out of it. And one of the things that you can do in your control is your portfolio or your position sizes. So, yeah. Um, yep, that would have been a spectacular short. Let's see. But yeah, this setup that we were seeing just now right here looked very, very similar to the SPY on a daily chart. So generally, we should not break back above, like, so this would be like 453 on the SPY. Generally, we should not break above that. And as we get closer to this, it becomes a much better short, because this is just a really, really bearish, disgusting. This is a really bearish, disgusting setup. Though it happens a lot. It happens a lot on crypto. So on crypto, the market is much smaller, so money can push this up above much more. But generally, this is not the safest opportunity to go long. On crypto, it's a few hundreds of millions can like just push the market up. But yeah, I also hope everyone is maintaining a trade journal as well. I haven't talked about having a trading journal in a while, but keeping trading journals is very, very important. It will dramatically change your trading and it will make you way better. And I really, really highly recommend highly recommend everyone keep a trading journal. It will change your entire life. And if you truly, truly want to make a lot of money from trading, a trading journal will definitely help you. If you're not doing that, I promise you it will 100%. It will help you. It will absolutely help you. To get basically a trading journal, I have the exact template basically that you need. If you go to the Wave Discord, you could go to the educational section. All of the books, courses, material, everything that you need to learn is all there. And also the trading journal template is also there as well, all completely for free. You could just go to joinwave.io, the website, and download the app. Once the app is downloaded, you could go to your profile section and click join Discord. So not only on the app, let me see how everyone is doing today so far. Let's see the Wave app. Okay. So, all right. Cool. Yeah, this is not a good long opportunity. Trying to go long right now is really risky. Oh man. Yeah, this this big green candle generally would not happen. Oof. Interesting. You know what's crazy is basically wow, this could actually, if this plays out, so this would be 440. So this right here. So once again, all right, let me just quickly recap. This is a bearish pattern, right? What would need to happen is we would need to break this low first, and then we would be able to rip it above. So even on the daily, I was saying that we would need to break it below 440, like 443, maybe get a retest to around 438 to 440, and then it would bounce above 453. If this ends up playing out on a smaller time frame, that would be very interesting. And it looks like that's sort of happening, but yeah, regardless, it was not a good buying opportunity down here. Definitely also not a good buying opportunity up here. This big green candle is not, does not happen often. Can't trade based off of it. It needs to hold above 443.10, especially for if it can hold above 443.20. Be interesting. But yeah, definitely not going long around here. NASDAQ still below 370.86. Yeah, ugly little setup right now. Not gonna take anything right now. Yeah, so far this was just like an abnormal amount of strength. You can't trade based off of an abnormal amount of strength. And yeah, sometimes you just have to miss them because they're just not safe to take. If they work, they work. That's great. But it's not they don't work often enough for them to be sustainable trades that you would take. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Oh yeah, man. I definitely still want this to like on a daily. When you're looking at this on a daily, the most plausible place we should be bouncing to around 444, at least 444, 444.50. But then, if this is truly bearish, we should continue falling, and the best place to go long would probably be down here around 437, 439. So we did make a newer low here. We made 442 56 compared to the low back on September 7th, which was 442.75. This is still just really risky. Trying to like swing long here is like it's just risky. The momentum is still bearish. Um on the daily time frame it's bearish. So on the NASDAQ, this is bearish as well. The IWM, you already know the IWM is just garbage. Yeah. The VIX is doing really well today, which is bearish. Again, this is actually interesting. Let's see. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, so all throughout this week, especially today, tomorrow, we have the Fed meeting on Wednesday. So during these times, usually it's either choppy, or if you do want to trade, you need to trade lighter than usual and have like stricter stop losses. But yeah, so far you can see that it's just SPY has been trading in a range about $1 range. So this, man, this is usually a really good time to short. This generally is a fantastic time to short, but I want to try to get these at like 50. 51. Hmm. Damn, contracts are losing value very quick. Interesting. So if I take a short trade here, I'm gonna be very light. like super light. This is very risky as well. So you don't even really need to take it. This is like just me. Damn. Maybe one more. If we get one more push higher, then I'll go short. I don't want to really go short right now. I want to go short a little bit higher. And if we miss this, then that would be unfortunate. Damn. So the contracts were moving very sensitively. If you were watching the options chain, as we were moving up, contracts lost value really abnormally quick. When that happens, it's not sustainable. So off of this little green move, the contracts dropped from 52 to 46. I wanted to be very safe and only go short if we got another push higher. Then we could have went short. But you know, that's what it is. That's life. Oof, goddamn. He's I would have been, what was this? Over 20%? It is what it is. Yeah, even if we were late and we got them at like 49 cents, they shot up to 60. Even at 50 cents. Oh, yeah. Live. Market is very choppy. If you do want to go long and swing long, it has to be really light. And once we hit 440, 450, that's when you should start. 440, 450, 445-ish area, that's when things can start getting much more weaker to the downside. But yeah, just it's not not really strong to me at the moment. The other thing that you can do, so you could get short dated calls for your target at 440, 450, or 445. All right, that's one thing that you could do. You could buy some calls, you know, shorter dated. The other safer thing, not really safer, I don't really, whatever. But the other safer thing you could do is get calls for maybe a month or two out with a stop loss at 442. So you're given some wiggle room to the market, or at least like a 10% stop loss. So you're giving wiggle room to the market for a bounce. And yeah, let's see. Overall, this is technically, you know, choppy. Inverse head and shoulders ish, choppy. Big green candle at 10:09. This is still usually this should have already fallen like lower, much lower. Usually this already breaks below 443.30, but once again, the fact that this is holding is needs some. This is just not a bullish setup regardless. Should be breaking lower. It would have just been so much easier if they just gave us one little more push to the upside here. Everyone could have just went short. We would have made a lot of money. It would have had a huge flush to the downside much sooner. Yeah. Cool. But yeah, man, once again, this was not a bullish setup. You should have just taken nice little riskier, lighter trade. It would have been up over 20%. It would have worked out. Once again, right here, this is not a long opportunity. This is not a long. If we bounce it back up to 443.60, they might just continue dropping it. Super risky to try to go long here. Yeah, this is still like an ugly. If you want to be very risky with calls, you would have to go long right at 443.30 as a stop. But even then, this is just really just not. It's not safe to go long. Like, but if you want to throw a very light trade, this would be it. Go like a very light calls, but the momentum is still bearish. Yeah, it's ugly.